Hey you guys, it's Amelia here. Thank you so much for watching. This video is going to be released on Christmas Day 2019. So if you're watching this on Christmas Day, I hope you are having a wonderful day, enjoying it with your family and friends and hopefully your horses also. I'm going to be this year in Oklahoma actually visiting my grandparents with my brother and my mom and my husband, so I'm looking forward to that this year. So today, since it's Christmas and a holiday and we're kind of still in the fun spirit, I thought I would do a fun video which is 10 fun ways that you can improve your riding in the year ahead. And then next week is New Year's Day, and next week we're going to be doing goal setting, so make sure you also watch next week. We're going to get super serious about planning for the year ahead and getting our butts in gear, getting working. So comment below, let me know what you guys are up to today, and we're going to get right into 10 fun things that you can do this year to improve your riding and enjoy your horse. Also, be sure to watch this video till the end because I have a free mini course on rider position which I'm going to offer you in this video. Number one, the first thing is to spend time with your horse not riding and just enjoy your horse. This is super important because it's the bonding that's really important part of the relationship that you have with your horse. So for example, with my horse Harvey, he loves to be scratched. Like, he loves when I go in his stall at the end of the day and scratch. He really likes the base of his withers scratched, his back, underneath of his neck and his chest. So just spending that little bit of time bonding with your horse, getting to know them, grooming and rubbing on them a little, figuring out where they like to be touched, where they don't like to be touched is really important and also super enjoyable. I enjoy that time that I spend with Harvey just in the stall with him and kind of bonding with him. The second fun way to improve your riding and enjoy your horse in the year ahead is Cavaletti work. So I love Cavaletti work because it's something just a little bit different that gets your horse motivated, gets them to use their bodies a little bit more correctly, because when they go over the Cavaletti or the ground pull, they have to pick up their hind legs a little bit more, bend their joints in their legs, and that is ultimately what we want in dressage. So my recommendations for the Cavaletti though are definitely make sure and just start with a single pull. Get your horse comfortable at the walk going over one pull, then at the trot going over one pull, and then you can add more than one pull. Also make sure that the pulls are the correct distance apart. So for the walk and the trot, you're going to have different distances. And the Cavaletti is another just really fun way you can enjoy your horse and give you guys something new that you can build confidence with one another and get your horse moving a little better. Okay, number three, this one might be a little controversial, but it is to take a clinic or have a lesson with a different instructor. And this is a hard thing to, even as an instructor myself, to advise, because it's always a little bit tricky when your student wants to ride with someone else not to be offended or upset by it. But it's really important, especially if you've been riding with the same trainer for a long time, to work with someone different, because someone different may say the exact same thing as your home trainer, but just in a little different way. Or they might have a new exercise that really helps you and your horse. Or, you know, just having a different voice in your head can be really, really helpful. And it's also a fun thing to do. I think dressage is such a sport of like the details and monotonous training, but sometimes it's really important to mix it up and try something different. Number four, my fourth tip is groundwork. So it's really important that your horse has good ground manners. And it's important to put this time in your daily work or even on a day that you can't ride, which happens a lot during the winter, to work on basic ground manners. So what are basic ground manners? The first thing is just leading. Does your horse go forward when you walk? Does it stop when you stop? Does it back up when you back up? Or is it running on top of you all the time? Other little things like, can you get them to put their head down? Can you get them to bend and yield their hindquarters away? All those little details are really important, especially for if you go to a horse show and you have to lead your horse around, and they're wild and they're away from home. So just focusing on those little ground manners are really important. Also, with the groundwork, once you have the basics down, you can start working on more advanced things like piaffe training. And that's one of my favorite things to do in hand with the horses. If it's a day that's too windy or too wet here in California and I can't ride, is I'll take them in the round pen. We have a nice covered round pen, and I'll do a little in-hand work, a little piaffe. It's a great way that I still feel like I'm getting something productive done with my horses, even though I can't ride on that particular day. Now, number 5, this is a super fun one, is to go to a big show and watch some of the top riders ride and compete their horses. This, you may say, well, how does that improve my riding, because I'm not riding my horse? But having that visual in your mind and watching top riders and top horses, it tricks your mind into thinking that you're doing it. And you'll find that if you go and really study how a top rider is sitting, how they're using their hands, how they're using their legs, you'll go home and you'll find yourself riding differently. I've been amazed with some of my students that have, gone on YouTube and watched videos, or gone to Europe to a show and come back. The difference in their riding just from going and watching some of the top riders is truly remarkable. So this year I'm planning on going to Wellington, Florida for the 5-star in February, where all the Olympic riders are going to be riding and trying out for the Olympics. So I'm going to go and study them, watch them compete, and hopefully get some inspiration for my own riding. And then also we have the World Cup here in Las Vegas in April. So maybe I will see some of you there. That would be really fun. Okay, tip number 6 is get your mind right. So I'm a big believer in being positive and being grateful. So it's really important, and you'll start to notice too, like when your mind is in a bad place, you don't have a good ride. So if you're having a stressful day, or you've had a hard time at work, or you're having a bad time at home, or whatever, it's really important to take a few moments before you get on your horse. Like I'll even just sit in my car and just breathe and relax and try and let go of all of that before you get on your horse, so that you get on your horse with a positive mindset, that you get on and you're grateful to have that horse and to have the ability to ride a horse. And that is so important. So just having this practice of gratitude and positivity is going to go a long way to improving your riding, and your horse is going to have more fun. You're going to have more fun if you just can keep that in the back of your mind. We are so blessed to even be able to afford a horse and get to ride, that we have the health and the whereabouts to do that. It's so important to keep that in mind. So number 7 is focus on your rider position. Rider position is arguably like the most important thing if you want to become a good dressage rider. And it can be really discouraging in dressage because you're always thinking, oh, my horse just isn't good enough. I need more money. I don't have a good enough horse. But the reality of it is that you can always improve your riding. So your symmetry in your riding, your seat, your ability to use your aids independently, focusing on your aids, the clarity of your aids, the simplicity of your aids. All of this stuff is so important, and I have a free mini course which I will link below, which is just the basics of rider position. It's about 30 minutes of content, and then at the end you'll fill out a worksheet to start to kind of understand your strengths and weaknesses in your riding position. And this leads into a full 6-week course that I have on rider position. We will start a second session February 1st, so check that out below. Number 8 is set some goals. So watch the video next week and we're going to go into goal setting for 2020. Number 9, ride some different horses and have someone else ride your horse. It's really important for a lot of amateurs, a lot of you guys watching, I'm sure. Let me know in the comments if you only ride one horse and you're the only one to ride your horse. So it's really educational for you and for the horse for you to get on a different horse, feel another horse, feel their strengths, feel their weaknesses, feel their training, notice what you like about your horse, what you like about the new horse you rode. All of those things can be really enlightening. So much of riding is about feel. It's about feeling what's going on under you, feeling the horse, feeling the contact in their mouth, feeling the horse's body and motion underneath of your seat. So just riding another horse and getting a different feel is really, really educational. And likewise, you know, having someone else get on your horse, preferably a trainer or someone who's a better rider than you, and riding your horse for a little while, then you getting back on the horse and feeling the difference, how your horse feels after someone else has ridden it, is really educational and often can get you way ahead of just struggling trying to ride your horse time after time after time. And number 10 of a fun way that you can improve your riding this year is to focus on your own health and fitness. And this is fun to me because the more that you focus on your own health and your own fitness, the better you feel and the more you enjoy your horse. So I'm a big believer in diet. I try and eat plant-based. I'm not totally vegan. I'm not really strict about my diet, but I try to stick to a mainly plant-based diet and home cooking. I create a lot of like simple, quick meals that I can make when I get home and I'm tired, but this saves me money and it's also much healthier than going out to eat. And then also staying fit. I try and go to the gym and work out even though I ride all day long. It's really important that I stretch and stay balanced and use the other muscles that aren't necessarily my riding muscles. So here's to 2020 and enjoying your horses. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to sign up for that free mini course on rider position. And I will see you all next Wednesday, which is New Year's Day, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of goal setting and having a plan so that we get some things done in 2020. All right, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Also, if you want to help support me and my horse Harvey this year, check us out on Patreon and you can donate $1 or $5. It helps me continue making these videos for you and helping you guys. All right, happy holidays. Have a good one.